Hello, I'm David Carlisle, and I want to welcome you to the weekly MyGuy blog. It's a video blog this week. And the subject is, what if we were the masters of the universe? We were czars and we were able to fix everything inside our dealerships. What would we be able to do? Unfortunately, sometimes things get in the way. And I think sometimes those things that get in the way are easy to resolve if we only were to see them. So give me about 5 minutes and let's see where this takes us. Thanks an awful lot. Okay, let's start with the number one thing your service customers want. What's the number one value that they have? And the number one value, and again, we've seen this over the years across the brands, genders, they basically want their vehicle available promptly at the time that it's estimated. They want to know when they're getting their car or truck back. And they really want you to adhere to those promises that they think you're making whenever they're talking with you. It's really important. It's always there. This is interesting. What I'd like to do is bookend this with some information that we got from a technician survey very recently in the last couple of months. Okay, we surveyed 11,000 different automotive dealer service technicians, and we asked them this question of what's the most useful information to you when you service the vehicle. Okay, you'll see that when the customer expects the vehicle to be completed is fifth on the list. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff that crowds that out. Good stuff, by the way. You know, things like when is the condition typically present, specific symptoms, is the condition present at the time that they have the car, previous repair history, all that's good stuff that your customers don't really care about because they really want the car fixed right the first time when you told them it was going to be. So there's a disconnect automatically between your service customer and your service technician, and at the pivot point of all this is the service advisor. And the technicians know that there's a disconnect here. We also asked them improvement areas in order to enable a quality repair. What would you say needs to be improved? And the number one thing on their list was better coordination between the tech and the service advisor. Okay, so they know that there's a problem there. They know that they can create higher quality repairs and higher quality customer satisfaction situations if indeed they can coordinate better with the service advisor. So automatically something's already in our line of sight that we can do something, and nobody's really cloaked in mystery. So what can you do about it? Okay, first of all, the service advisors really need to become the virtual bodyguards for the service customers. You really need to be there, to basically be their guys. You know, we talk about MyGuy. You need to be their guys, but you need to be a bodyguard. And you need to basically fight for their interests. You need to ensure that the top customer values are really not being left at the back of the pack in terms of the totality of the service experience. That isn't just about you talking to them in the service line, but it's about everything associated with that service experience, including getting the car repaired and getting the car paid for, everything. The totality of that experience, you really need to stick up for those values. You need to make sure that the technicians understand the need to get the vehicle back when promised. And part of doing this is making sure that you don't say everything is an emergency. If every job needs to be completed as the highest possible priority, then there are no priorities, okay? So we have to have reasonable expectations set forth to the technicians that conform to what we talk to the service customer about so that everybody is on the same page. And if this isn't possible, okay, something happens and a lot of things happen, then you need to become the customer's advocate for rescheduling and remediation. One of the things we have to understand is that honesty is not necessarily a good policy. It's the only policy. You have to assume that anything you say that's not a complete honest assessment, your customers are going to figure it out. They have incredible resources, especially through cell phones, email, internet. So just tell them the truth. You know, something happened. We need to reschedule and remediate. I'm going to do that for you. Service advisor, in short, needs to become their guy, the service customer's guy. Bodyguard if you want, but basically it's the guy who's looking out for their interests while that car is being worked on in the dealership. You have to become their MyGuy. Thank you very much.